The brain, when depressed, shifts into conservation mode. It reduces unnecessary decisions. So the safe outfit becomes a uniform. The hoodie, the same jeans, the same sweater. Repetition is not laziness, it's energy preservation. There's another subtle shift: color fades. Studies in affective psychology show that mood influences color perception and preference. During depressive episodes, individuals gravitate toward muted, darker tones: gray, black, navy, not always consciously. These colors mirror internal emotional states. But they also serve another function: invisibility. Depression often comes with social withdrawal, a desire not to be seen, not to be evaluated, not to explain. Neutral or dark clothing reduces visibility. It lowers the chance of social engagement. It communicates quietly: don't look too closely. There's something even deeper happening in the body. Depression alters posture. Shoulders collapse, head tilts downward, movement slows. When posture shifts, clothing drapes differently. Even vibrant clothes can appear dull on a withdrawn body. So sometimes, it's not just what someone is wearing, it's how the nervous system is holding it. Another little-known fact: sensory tolerance changes during depression. Some people become hypersensitive. Certain fabrics feel irritating. Tight clothing feels suffocating. Tags feel unbearable. Others experience the opposite: numbness, and prefer heavier, layered clothing because weight provides grounding. Weighted blankets became popular for anxiety, but heavier clothing can unconsciously serve a similar purpose: containment. Depression also affects self-image. When someone feels unworthy, unattractive, or disconnected from themselves, they often stop investing in self-presentation. Not because they don't value appearance, but because they feel it doesn't matter. A subtle belief forms: who am I dressing for? This is where wardrobes start to freeze in time. Clothes from a past version of yourself remain hanging there. The confident phase, the hopeful phase, the ambitious phase. But you stop reaching for them because they feel like they belong to someone else. Depression creates identity dissonance. The person you were and the person you feel like now don't match. So your clothing becomes neutral, non-committal, functional. There's also the phenomenon of wardrobe neglect. Laundry piles up. Clothes remain unfolded. Not because of irresponsibility, but because executive functioning declines. Planning, organizing, sequencing tasks become difficult. When the environment becomes disordered, it subtly reinforces internal disorder. It becomes a loop. Internal heaviness leads to external neglect. External neglect reinforces internal heaviness. But here's something rarely talked about. Clothing can influence mood. Not dramatically, not magically, but neurologically. There's a concept in psychology called enclothed cognition. It suggests that what we wear can affect cognitive processes and emotional states. When you dress in a way that aligns with competence or vitality, your brain receives signals that support those states. The challenge during depression is not fashion, it's activation. Small activation, changing from sleepwear into daytime clothes, even if it's simple, even if no one sees you. This shift tells the brain the day is happening. Introducing subtle color, even a small accessory, can gently stimulate sensory engagement. Soft textures can soothe. Structured pieces can restore a sense of containment. The goal is not to look perfect. The goal is to interrupt stagnation. And there's compassion needed here. If your wardrobe became darker, simpler, repetitive, it wasn't failure, it was survival. Your brain was conserving energy, protecting you from overstimulation, reducing social risk. The deeper question isn't, why did I stop caring about style? The deeper question is, what was I carrying that made dressing feel heavy? Depression often strips away performance. It removes the desire to impress. And in some ways, that reveals something honest. Underneath the curated layers, there is rawness. And sometimes rebuilding style after depression isn't about reinvention. It's about reconnection. Standing in front of your wardrobe and asking gently, what feels supportive today? Not impressive, not trendy, not dramatic, supportive. Because clothing at its best is not decoration. It's dialogue between your inner state and your outer world. And when you begin to heal, your wardrobe shifts quietly again. Maybe a little more color, a little more intention, a little more variation. Not because you suddenly became someone new, but because you slowly began to feel present again. Depression can dim expression, but it does not erase identity. Sometimes the first sign of return is simple. You reach for something different, and for a moment, it doesn't feel heavy.